Assalamu alaikum. Today is the 20th April 2020. Welcome to the lesson. Our lesson today is Science Class 7. Science Class 7. Topic, we're still on Earth and space. We're still on Earth and space. We have our subtopic, stars, comets, and meteors. You have the stars, comets, and meteors. Our small heading or subtopic, stars. What are stars, or what is a star? Stars are large celestial bodies made up of hot gases emitting heat and light as a result of nuclear reactions inside them. Meaning, these hot gases are mainly hydrogen and helium. The symbol for hydrogen is capital H, and the symbol for helium is capital H, small e. That is the symbol of hydrogen and helium respectively. So again, stars are large celestial bodies made up of hot gases. When we talk about hot gases, we are talking about hydrogen and helium. Hot gases emitting heat and light as a result of nuclear reaction inside them. The hot gases, mainly hydrogen and helium, are held by gravitational force. They are always caught up or held by gravitational force. Our sun at the center of the solar system is a star. We already studied about the solar system in class 6. Even in this lesson, we studied about the solar system. We drew about the solar system. And at the center of the solar system, there is the sun. That's what they're saying. Our sun at the center of the solar system is a star. Meaning, the sun itself at the center of the solar system is a what? Is a star. We see the sun rise in the east and goes down in the west. This is almost every day. It appears every day. Whenever there is sunshine, the sunshine rises from the east and falls in the west. Meaning, it rises, it comes from the east and falls in the west. We see the sun rise in the east and goes down in the west. We witness this large movement every day. We always witness these large movements every day. Whenever you get up in the morning, you can always observe the sun rising from the east, and in the evening, it falls in the west. The other stars appear to be fixed. The other stars appear to be fixed, keeping the same patterns in the skies year after year. Meaning, the other stars appear to be fixed. They are fixed. They keep the same patterns, meaning they keep the same movement in the skies year after year. Every year, they keep the same pattern. In fact, they are moving very rapidly. When we talk about moving very rapidly, they are moving very fast. Their distances from us are so great that their movements are only noticed over many centuries. So the distance of the sky from us is so great or big that their movements are only noticed over many centuries. Stars appear in groups called galaxies. When they tell you, how do you call a group of stars? A group of stars is called galaxies. You would have come across such a word in class 3, class 4, class 5, and class 6 up to now. So they will ask you in class 4, how do you call a group of stars? A group of stars is called galaxies. Stars appear in groups called galaxies, which may contain millions of stars. This group of stars called galaxies may contain or has millions of stars. An example of a galaxy is the Milky Way. There is an example of a galaxy which is called a Milky Way. The galaxy to which the sun belongs, the Milky Way is the galaxy to which the sun belongs, meaning the sun belongs to a group of stars or galaxy called the Milky Way. Stars often form definite patterns in the sky called constellations. So they always form definite patterns in the sky called constellations. The number of stars visible to the naked eye from the Earth has been estimated at 8,000 in the northern hemisphere and 4,000 in the southern hemisphere. Meaning the stars that you can see, that we can see on Earth or from Earth with our naked eyes. In the southern hemisphere, we can only see how many stars? We can only see 8,000 in the northern hemisphere and 4,000 in the northern hemisphere with our naked eyes. Others are too far away from us, such that you need a telescope to make sure you observe them. At any one time during the night, in either hemisphere, only about 2,000 stars are visible. Meaning, at the night, during either northern hemisphere or southern hemisphere, only about 2,000 stars are visible or seen. The meaning of visible meaning are seen. The others are hidden by atmospheric haze. Most of the others are hidden by atmospheric haze, especially near the horizon. Faint skylight. Astronomers have calculated that the stars in the Milky Way are hundreds of billions, Astronomers are the people who study about the weather. They study mostly about Earth and space. So they know and they calculate, they estimate that in the Milky Way, there are about hundreds of billions of stars. The Milky Way, in turn, is only of several hundred million such galaxies visible through large modern telescopes. So you can only see those galaxies through modern telescopes. Now, let me ask you a question. Let's ask ourselves a question. We studied it in a class 6 about the solar system still. What is a telescope? A telescope is an instrument that is used for looking at distant objects. So with a telescope, you can, the object you are going to look at appears nearer and bigger or larger. So a telescope is an instrument that is used for looking at distant objects. The individual stars visible or seen in the sky are simply those that lie closer to the solar system in the Milky Way, meaning the stars that you can see in the sky are simply those that are nearer or lie close to the solar system in the Milky Way. This is the structure of the Milky Way. This is the figure or the structure of the Milky Way and other stars. You can see the Milky Way there. You can see the stars there. Yeah, you can see the stars surrounding the Milky Way there. This is the structure of the Milky Way. The star nearest to our solar system is Proxima Centauri, meaning the star nearest to our solar system is called Proxima Centauri. One part of it is Alpha Centauri, which is about 40 trillion kilometers from the Earth. It's about 40, Alpha is about 40 trillion kilometers from the Earth. In terms of light, this triple star system is about 4.3 light years away. 4.25, you can round it and say 4.3 light years away. If it were people travel at the speed of light, about 3 million kilometers per second, it would take more than 4 years and 3 months to travel to Proxima Centauri. The largest known stars are supergiants. When we talk about supergiants, we are talking about, when you talk about giants, someone who's tall, when you are referring to people. But when you're talking about the stars, it's called supergiant stars. The largest known stars are supergiant stars with diameters. Their diameters are more than 400 times that of the sun, meaning the diameters of the supergiant stars are more than 400 times of that of the sun. They are extra super giants. The smaller stars known as white dwarfs. The smaller stars are called white dwarfs. When you talk about dwarf, something which is short or small. Yeah. For example, when referring to people, short people are called dwarfs or pygmies. So this one we are talking about the small stars are known white dwarfs. For example, astronomers found it out that Pluto is called a dwarf planet. The small stars known as white dwarfs have diameters that may be only 0.01 times that of the sun. So their diameters may be only 0.01 times that of the sun. White dwarfs are extremely dense. Dense meaning they are very many. Are extremely dense and may have masses about 0.1 times that of the sun despite their small size. What is a mass? Quantity of matter in a sample steps. So white dwarfs or dwarfs are extremely dense and may have masses about 0.1 times that of the sun despite their small size. Star's brightness is referred to as magnitude. They tell you how do you call the magnitude or the brightness of a star. The brightness of a star is called magnitude. The brightest stars may be as much as 1 million times brighter than the sun, meaning the brightest stars, those which are bright, may be as much as 1 million times brighter than the sun. You can imagine. White dwarfs are about 1,000 times less bright, meaning these small or white dwarfs are about 1,000 times less bright. So this is our lesson for today. Go to the page, that page of English science textbook. So you have to write these notes. Always revise your work and always write the notes in time and send them for marking. So it's always important for the teacher to check your notes. So I wish you all the best and have a good day. Thank you.